plays football and is a member of the National Honor Society and serves on Lincoln Student Council. Ladies and gentlemen, Hope Keltner and Eli Shearer. Our next junior class representatives are Celicia Bell Stokes and Jackson Blue Sensa Tapper. Celicia is the daughter of Brian and Amy Stokes. She is a cheerleader and is a member of the National Honor Society. Jackson is the son of Brandon and Leanne Sensa Tapper. He plays football for the Bulldogs. Ladies and gentlemen, Celicia Stokes and Jackson Sensa Tapper. Representing Lincoln's senior class, first we have Taylor Ann Ferris and Coy Jude Carter. Taylor is the daughter of Sam and Sarah Ferris. She runs track, is a member of the National Honor Society, and serves on Lincoln Student Council. Coy is the son of Matt and Danette Carney. He plays football for the Bulldogs and is a member of the National Honor Society. Ladies and gentlemen, Taylor Ferris and Coy Carney. Our next senior class representatives are Lucy Elizabeth Foster and Ian Mark Klaus. Lucy is the daughter of Andrew and Carol Foster. She is a cheerleader and a member of the National Honor Society. She is also in the Chick-fil-A Leadership Program, sings in the Praise and Worship Band, and is in art. Ian is the son of Greg and Shannon Klaus. He plays football, is a member of the National Honor Society, and is in the Chick-fil-A Leadership Program. Ladies and gentlemen, Lucy Foster and Ian Klaus. Our final senior class representatives are Giselle Grace Richards and Connor Joseph Johnson. Giselle is the daughter of Chance and Tyler Rush. She runs track for the Bulldogs. Connor is the son of Joe and Georgia Johnson. He plays football and basketball for the Bulldogs. Ladies and gentlemen, Giselle Richards and Connor Johnson. This evening's flower girl is Lexi Anello. She is escorted by our crown bearer, Jackson George Jediah Posey. Lexi is the daughter of Ty and Jill Aneller, and the sister of Bree, Grant, Slade, and Gracie. She is in Miss Terrence kindergarten class. Lexi loves playing with her dolls, playing games, and being outdoors. Jackson is the son of Stephen and Ruth Posey, and is the brother of Grace and Bronson. Jackson enjoys all types of physical activity, playing with friends, building Legos, and creating Spider-Man artwork. Ladies and gentlemen, Lexi Aneller and Jackson Posey. At this time, we would like to announce the 2019 Lincoln Christian School Football Homecoming King and Queen. Lucy Foster and Coy Carney. Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you Lincoln's 2019 Homecoming King and Queen, Lucy Foster and Coy Carney.
are called to be bold, to connect in your home, to your community, and to the world. From your land, we are Bravado Wireless. We are your high-speed internet provider based right here in eastern Oklahoma. With the latest technology, we offer coverage in more underserved areas than ever, with 4G LTE speeds and no installation needed. We're faster and more reliable than the competition, and at $59.99 a month, we're more affordable too. Bravado Wireless. We believe in the power of connection.
Welcome into the Bravado Wireless Game of the Week. Seth Campbell joined alongside Dion Amade. And Dion, we are in eastern Tulsa for a matchup between the Lincoln Christian Bulldogs and the Seminole Chieftains. And it's homecoming, and it's going to be a great matchup between two teams that were predicted to be the top of the 3A3.
Yeah, it's going to be an outstanding matchup between both of these teams. One of the side of the ball, they pass it. The other side, they run it. It should be very, very interesting.
Yeah, it should, Dion, as you want to see if you can unmute yourself over there so we can actually hear your great analysis up top. But, yeah, it's going to be a great game between both of these teams. And one of these coaches is chasing a record, and that would be Seminole's head coach, Mike Snyder. They're celebrating all over Seminole as they have great celebration in 100 years of Chieftain football, and they're also celebrating Snyder as he has is tied for the most wins in Oklahoma high school football history. In fact, he has 363 career wins, and he is one short of breaking that record, and we'll see if he can do it tonight against Lincoln Christian.
Yeah, it's going to be an interesting battle. I mean, to get that big-time win, the win that puts him in the record book, so he's going to have to face a tough team, a team that, in his own words, is in that state championship window where they have an opportunity to, reach state and be one of those guys that holds up the gold ball.
Yeah, so let's talk about that team. Lincoln Christian, led by head coach Jerry Rickey, and his son under center, Chase Rickey. They kind of have a duo and a dynamic offense that you just don't see at the high school level.
Yeah, I mean, he says the first word that came out of his mouth was, "I trust my son." And not a lot of guys can say that, but it's very interesting for the fact that he does. They put a lot of responsibility on his hands. He's allowed to check. He changes the plays at the line of scrimmage. He does so many things for this Lincoln Christian offense. It's going to be interesting to see him, order around these players and run this offense here tonight.
Yeah, the 6'1", 180-pound senior. He's an all-Vipe 3A quarterback, so let's keep an eye on him. But how unique is that skill set? I don't want to skip over this. To have a guy at the high school level be able to check at the line of scrimmage.
That's very unique. I mean, some guys have trouble running the option just. But he can do it all. He can change the plays. He can run. He can pass. They lean on him, and he's been getting it done so far. Hopefully he continues with that tonight.
Well, the Chieftains, they lean on somebody as well in the backfield, but it's not their quarterback. It'll be their running back in Cameron Gunville.
Yeah, he is an extraordinary athlete. There's a lot of words spoken about him pregame. I mean, Coach Rickey said this is the guy that kind of broke some tackles on us last year and made it a very tough game for us. They want to do a great job of putting him on the ground. It's going to be an interesting battle, especially between the tackles.
On the defensive side for Lincoln Christian, they're led by middle linebacker Connor Johnson, and it's going to be a battle to just keep Gunville off of the field, really.
Yeah, it's very interesting how they're going to go about doing that, because we talked to the coaching staff and we said, are you going to load the box? Are you going to send some running blitzes? And he said, you know what? We trust our linebackers. They're superb athletes. They're fast. They're a little undersized, but they get it done. So they're going to trust their athletes on the field. I'm pretty sure Seminole's going to trust Gunville to get it done for them on the other side.
Yes, it will. All right, Dion, it's time for Dion Amade's Keys to the Game, brought to you by Bravado Wireless. All right, Dion, let's start with the Seminole Chieftains. They're coming in on the road. It's homecoming. They're trying to pull off an upset and make a monumental win for their head coach, Mike Snyder. What do they need to do to get in that win column?
Well, first of all, we just talked about Gunville and his running ability. They're going to have to get that running game on the field and excelling at a high rate for them to get a win tonight. Number two, 3-and-outs on defense. Very important that they get a couple of drives where they stop this offense and get the ball quickly back to their offense, because if you let Ricky get going, he's liable not to stop. And the last thing, just play hard. It's going to be homecoming, a lot of motions for these Lincoln Christian kids. You're going to have to match their energy, so you got to play hard.
And another thing not to be overlooked on the Seminole Chieftain side is they have a lot of injuries that have been plaguing them this year.
Yeah, very much so. I mean, I counted it, and head coach said it. He said 11 guys, reportedly 11 guys are out tonight. Not 6 of them being starters, 5 being backups. It's going to be interesting to see how they overcome that adversity.
But that does give the guys that are younger and kind of lower on the depth chart, it gives them an opportunity to step up.
Yeah, but that stepping up in a team like Lincoln Christian, that's a tall order, and that's a lot to ask for.
Speaking of Lincoln Christian, what do they need to do to get the much-needed win and move to 2-0 in conference?
Well, first of all, they want to make sure that they keep the ball in their hands. No turnovers. That's very essential. They want to keep the game going. No, not creating any big mistakes. Number 2, start fast, okay? This Seminole team kind of started fast on them last year, so it's very important that they do the same thing on the other side this year. And number 3, tackle. Again, we just mentioned Gunville and his ability to break some tackles, and that's what hurt him last year. You got to tackle the running back and get some of these skilled position players and these athletes on the ground.
Hey, Seminole was able to defeat Lincoln Christian last year at Seminole, and head coach Jerry Rickey, he said, hey, revenge is not an issue in this game. We just want to move to 2-0. Okay, Dion, that's cool to say from a coach speak, but is revenge an issue here?
I mean, the fact that it was the first thing that he said when we talked to him makes me think there might be a little reason why they put them as their homecoming game.
Hey, yeah. There's always a little bit of a nod. You always make sure that your homecoming game, there's always something behind
something
it.
special.
Something special indeed. Well, we have something special for you here on the Bravado Wireless Game of the Week, so stay with us. As we said, we are in Eastern Tulsa as Lincoln Christian and Seminole are about to set face in a great 3A District 3 matchup. So stay with us here on the Bravado Wireless Game of the Week.
Hi, we're Bravado Wireless. You may have seen us at your local events and wondered just exactly what we do. We provide the highest quality cell phone service, specializing in outstanding coverage, both locally and nationwide. We're headquartered right here in Oklahoma, with multiple store locations in eastern Oklahoma. We provide the most affordable, unlimited talk, text, and data plans available. For a limited time, our unlimited plan is only $40 a month, and you can receive a free LG K30. Make sure you stop in now and enjoy our other amazing summer deals before they end. Visit Bravado Wireless store locations for all other details, or go to bravadowireless.com for more information. We are Bravado Wireless, and we believe in the power of connection.
You are called to be bold, to connect in your home, to your community, and to the world. From your land, we are Bravado Wireless. We are your high-speed internet provider based right here in eastern Oklahoma. With the latest technology, we offer coverage in more underserved areas than ever, with 4G LTE speeds and no installation needed. We're faster and more reliable than the competition, and at $59.99 a month, we're more affordable too. Bravado Wireless. We believe in the power of connection.
Proudly we hailed, and at the twilight's last gleam, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight. Oh, the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets rake the bombs bursting in air gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say
kickoff, Dion, and hey, it finally feels like October.
Yeah, I mean, I had to break. I was a little worried if it might get a little colder throughout the evening. So that's a good sign for football weather.
And with the weather cooling down, that means that the conference races, they're heating up. And right now you got two of these teams that are kind of projected to be at the top. And being at the top, how important is it? And Snyder, the head coach of the Seminole Chieftains, said this could be the toughest district in 3A.
Yeah, I mean, he's not lying about that. I mean, you look up and down this district and you see, guys and teams that are tough teams to beat out and win. I mean, the winner of this district is going to be a juggernaut during the playoffs.
Yeah, they definitely are. And how important is it to get off to a 2-0 start in this season, Dion?
Oh, you said it right there. I mean, we know that this is a tough district. So the more advantages that you have and a bigger, gain you get on your opponents, then the better chances you have at, coming out of this district with a chance to get in the playoffs and a chance to take a district championship with you.
The coin toss is over. Both captains of both teams are returning to their respective sidelines and to their respective team huddles as both teams are about to come out of, it used to just have banners, Dion. As you can see, the Seminole Chieftains are sporting one tonight. But now it seems like everybody, especially these home teams, man, they got these fancy mascots that blow up and that they're running out of as you see the Chieftains come out right now.
Hey, man, it's not enough to just play good. You got to look good. You got to be intimidating.
Hey, look good, and that's what this facility is all about. It is a fantastic facility here in Lincoln Christian. They do game day right. We'll just put it like that.
Yeah, certainly. I was driving in and just looking around and seeing all the, the parks and the playing equipment, the band, the practice field. It's just impressive stuff they got over here at Lincoln Christian.
And we'll see if the Bulldogs can match their facilities tonight as they are projected to beat the Seminole Chieftains. They're the #2 team according to the AP and multiple news sources. #2 team in 3A, just behind Metro. No, not Metro. I'm drawing a blank, Dion. 1 second.
Yeah, I don't know who they're behind.
Heritage Hall, I'm sorry. Right behind Heritage Hall. Officials disperse. 4-man crew tonight. Lincoln Christian will be in the maroon jerseys, a very Florida State-ish look with the gold outlines. Meanwhile, on the other side, it will be the Seminoles in the white and the green trim, green numbers, green helmets.
If we want to stay on that college trend, more of a North Texas feel to them.
There you go. Two regional schools. They kind of, I don't know, maybe a Marshall there as well.
Yeah, you know what? I would say that as well. I would lean more towards Marshall.
Well, Lincoln Christian's Keegan Porter is getting the ball set on the right hash on the 40-yard line. Lincoln Christian, they're all going to be huddled right next to the ball. We'll see if they disperse. They do, and you can see Seminole was also in tight just in case they wanted to go ahead and kick it like that.
Yeah, got to be careful for them onside kicks.
A man to watch out for tonight, #2 receiving this kick, Cameron Gunville. As they definitely, if they try and kick it away from him, and they do, it's taken in the end zone by Garrett Chafin. Chafin bounces outside, gets to about the 22-yard line. That's where he'll be brought down. And it'll be Seminole with the ball first.
Tackled by number 41, Matthew Mott.
Brandon Rodriguez is the quarterback for the Seminole Chieftains. They're not going to be a high-flying power spread offense, or pardon me, spread offense. They are going to be more of a power set. As he is in the shotgun. They're going to give it up the middle. That time to Gunville. He falls forward for about a gain of 2.
Yeah, and honestly, if you want to think about it, the game plan for this Seminole team should be run the football and keep the chains moving. You want to try to keep the ball out of the hands of this Lincoln Christian offense and their high-powered abilities.
Got a false start. It looks like that's going to be on Brendan Rodriguez out here in the flat. May have been trying a wildcat formation there, but Rodriguez looked like he just took one step.
False start on Seminole.
False start moves him back 5, and that's where a team by Snyder, man. They're just not equipped for second and third down and long.
Yeah, that's not the position that you want to be in here on second down.
They're getting the play from the sideline. A lot of injuries for Seminole. Definitely be a factor in today's game. Running back to the left side of Rodriguez, and he sends a man in motion. That man, Sabion Battles. He looks left, finds Wirtz. Wirtz is immediately going to be wrapped up. Tackled by a host of Bulldogs, and it'll be maybe a yard gain.
Yeah, a little bit of a wide receiver screen right there. You saw number 17 go in motion and get the quick pass out to the sideline. Good decision. Easton Wirtz gets up the field, and still not enough to make it a very manageable third down.
No, it's going to be third down and long, and that's what Rodriguez is going to have to deal with here. They fake the handoff, they rolls right, throws it to the flat, but couldn't hit his man Savion Battles. Battles was open, the throw was way wide.
Yeah, just a bootleg right there. Quarterback getting a little too happy, throwing the ball on the run. Easier than it looks. Tries to get that one out of his hands quickly, and it's an incomplete pass. He overthrows everyone.
Back deep for Lincoln Christian to receive the fourth down punt will be Cooper Lancaster. He puts his heels on the 45-yard line of the Bulldogs. Looks like Hunter Wirtz is going to be the punter. Snap's good, but Hurts is going to try to give it himself because he's brought down by a host of Bulldogs. They were in the backfield, and Hurts had no chance to kick that one.
Yeah, there must have been some kind of miscommunication between the front line because there was a wide open gap in the middle there in the A gap.
I mean, Wirtz did his best to try and get the ball maybe to a playmaker and see if they can pick up the first down, but that's not a great start for Seminole, and you're going to give Lincoln Christian a prolific offense, just short field. This is not good. Chase Rickey, the quarterback, 6'1", 180-pound senior. He's definitely the leader of the offense as they start with 5 wide receivers. Looks right, throws right, complete, right around the 24-yard line. Be drug out of bounds. That's receiver Chase Rickey. No, pardon me.
Chase Rickey to Connor Johnson.
Trying to get a number. Connor Johnson, pardon me, was on the reception.
Very interesting that you see the Chieftains going out with man early in this defensive series. You can see man across the board. Looks like they switched back to that zone defense right now.
They fake the handoff, now give it to the other side. Casti takes it right side, brought down right around the 4-yard line. Good tackle there to take out his legs, and Casti picks up the first down to bring on first down and goal.
A fake jet sweep with a backside counter. Pretty impressive running play right there. A lot going on in that backfield.
Gives up the middle, this time taken with ease by Josh Casti. 3 plays, the Lincoln Christian Bulldogs are on the board, and this could be a long night for Seminole if they don't contain Lincoln Christian.
Right there, you saw the experience of that offensive line, almost untouched until he got to the 1-yard line, and they take it in for the easy score.
Pending the extra point, it'll be 7-0. We'll see if Lincoln Christian wants to stay in this formation. Now they move over. They were in a swinging gate formation. See if they can pick up an easy 2-point conversion. Instead, they will elect to kick the field goal. Keegan Porter will be the place kicker. He'll be held by Chase Rickey. Kick is up, and it has plenty of distance. So it splits the uprights. And the Bulldogs lead the Chieftains 7-0. Quick score by Lincoln Christian as you look right here on the replay.
Yeah, you can see just a hat on a hat. Nobody really touches Casti until he reaches the goal line. Easy 6 for number 15.
And Kansas drive. Kansas has 2 carries on that drive, but wasn't able to be brought down. And Seminole did exactly the opposite of what your keys were. They wanted to stay on the field. They went 3 and out, and they didn't get good field position as they gave the ball to Lincoln Christian, and Lincoln Christian took advantage.
Yeah, and they didn't stop the running game at all. As you can see, they took full advantage of that aspect of the defense as well.
Christian will kick this one away once again. They lead now 7-0. Back deep once again for Seminole will be Cameron Gunville. Last time they kicked it to Garrett Chafin over here on the right side. They'll kick it to him once again as a booming kick sails over Chafin's head in and out of the end zone. Great kick that time, and the Seminoles will set up on the 25-yard line.
Yeah, this time they really have to stick with that running game. It's very essential that they don't shoot themselves in the foot anyhow, anyway. Penalties cannot stop the drive for the Chieftains. They have to continue to run the ball downhill, be creative in the passing game, and try to attack this Lincoln Christian defense at the weakest part. And we'll tell you that throughout the drive as they line up in their zone defense.
Man in motion, the give this time is to Gunville. Gunville running right, but he'll be chased out after they'll give him a yard.
And you can see Gunville trying to break some tackles and then get to the outside there, but a good job by this defense of keeping him corralled and allowing him only 2 yards.
They break the huddle, 3 wide receivers to the near side of the field. It's Easton Wirtz on the far side, right beside his brother, Hunter Wirtz. They give up the middle, and that's a hard hit right up the middle. Gunville was taking it, and he was brought down with a vengeance.
Yeah, check out this replay. I mean, it felt like he just got hit by a ton of books right in his chest. He put his face mask right there in the sternum area and brings down Gunville.
And Connor Johnson, middle linebacker, 6'2", 195 pounds, senior. If you're going to listen, you're going to hear a lot of seniors called for Lincoln Christian today as the pass is in and out of the hands. Not a terrible pass, threw it in between 2 defenders, but couldn't be handled by Savion Battles, and once again it's going to bring up 4th down.
Yeah, if there was any spot he was going to go with that football, that was the perfect spot to put it, trying to fit it in between 2 defenders. Good job by the linebacker, sinking back in that zone coverage, getting inside that window, but can't hang on to the pass.
No, and it looks like the Chieftains are going to go for it this time. Now they're going to do a quick punt. Nobody back deep for Lincoln Christian. The favorable roll. Ball hit about the 50-yard line. It rolls all the way to the 41. So they get about 9 yards on the roll. But still, good field position for Lincoln Christian, as they've tried 2 different punts. One of them worked out not so great. That one worked out a little bit better.
Yeah, I mean, catching Lincoln Christian a little off guard there with the quick punt.
But once again, they'll give it back to the offense and chase Ricky. They started last drive with a 5 wide receiver formation. This time they're going to go 2 wide receivers to the far side, a tight end to the near side of the field. They send a man in motion. It's going to be a zone read. Ricky's going to keep, throw. On the sideline, if he kept his feet in, it's a 1st down. And he did. Nice catch along the sideline by Keegan Porter, and that'll move the chains.
And that right there is called RPO, ladies and gentlemen, run pass option. You see the run, you see the pass option. Ricky sees that he has the guy downfield, tries to put the ball in that window, does a great job of it, and it's a 1st down for Lincoln Christian.
Thanks. Hard catch there by Chase Ricky will draw Seminole off the line of scrimmage. It's a free 5 yards, and that's not what you want if you're the Chieftains.
And that's a sign of a veteran quarterback right there. Just the little things in the game that allows your team to continue moving down the field. Just a nice hard count early in the game to, you know, get this defense a little bit on their heels and not used to your snap count.
Ricky drops back, looking left the entire way, throws left as a man caught right at the 27-yard line. Wide open that time is Kyler Bartley.
Just a great job by that offensive line. All time in the world to throw inside that pocket. Ricky just waiting patiently till he gets a guy wide open right there on the 30-yard line.
Now you mentioned the offensive line, 5 seniors on the offensive line. Very experienced for the Bulldogs. This time's a zone read give. out the middle. Not much doing. They'll give it 2 yards that time for Josh Castee.
Gain of 2 on the play. 2nd and 8 for the Bulldogs.
Looks like this Lincoln Christian team taking their time, getting that play set up over there on the sideline.
Play clock, just now it's 17 seconds, so they got plenty of time. Man in motion. They're going to give it this time to the man in motion. He's got room around the 20, the 15. Going to be tackled right around the 10-yard line. Alex Newell gets the pitch that is technically a pass, because that's a forward motion there, Dion, but that's about the easiest pass you can make if you're a quarterback.
Yeah, great, excellent blocking down the field. Wide receiver number 17, Keegan Porter, doing a great job of getting his man down the field and allowing his wide receiver some room up the field.
2 wide receivers, top of your screen. Another man in motion. High snap. Gonna have to take it himself. It'll be brought down right around the 24-yard line. Ricky looked like it was going to be another read there, but he couldn't read because the ball was too high.
And that's a good decision by Ricky right there. I mean, a situation that kind of messes up the timing of the play. You pull it down and just take it yourself. Might have gotten even more positive yardage if he didn't run into one of his teammates right there.
Chase Ricky looking at his dad, Jerry Ricky. Lincoln Christian on the year, 4-0, 1-0 in Class 3A3. Fakes the give, looks right, got a man in the flat, touchdown Bulldogs. That time, Josh Castee gets into the end zone once again and extends the lead to 13-0 in favor of Lincoln Christian.
Yeah, right there you saw the divide zone, and then the running back executing the wheel route out of the backfield. And nobody picks him up, and when they do, it's a little too late. He's in the end zone with the touchdown.
A veteran fake that time by Chase Ricky. That's the beauty of having multiple plays out of that one formation, Dion, is that the defense doesn't necessarily know what's coming.
Very much so. I mean, formations, and you know, they get tendencies and things that you can kind of assume that's going to happen in certain formations, but right here they're showing one formation, different personnel grouping, but the same plays with different routes and combinations to them.
As I said, once again, great fake by Ricky, just finds Castee in the flat. Quickly, and I mean quickly, it is 14-0 Lincoln Christian. As the extra point was up and good. And place kicker and kickoff man, Keegan Porter, he might get some practice in today. His right leg might get a little tired if Lincoln Christian keeps up this offensive onslaught.
I've been there, trust me.
From a defensive side, how demoralizing is it to have 2 drives and then both result in touchdowns?
Well, it's not a great way to start the game, but I mean, you've been battle tested before. You faced adversity. You just have to continue to pick up and get out there and play hard, because you never know when the game's going to turn around in your favor.
This time they're going to kick it once again to Garrett Chafin. Once again, Chafin, not once again, this time Chafin takes it at the 2-yard line, and that's where they're going to spot it. That's not good.
Yeah, that one was a little unfortunate. Got a very much of a Lincoln Christian bounce there.
Take another look on the replay. It just stops right there in the corner, and there's nothing you can do about that. If you just let the ball go, Lincoln Christian's going to pick it up, and they're going to have ball on the 3-yard line.
Like the best field position that you could ever have.
So instead, an offense that has been sputtering will have to take over at the 3-yard line, drive 97 yards.
And right here in this situation, you just want a first down. At least something to give your punter some room out of the end zone.
And it's going to make one man miss, and he's going to be brought down for a safety. Cameron Gunville did the opposite. It looked like he had a hole up the middle. Instead, to the outside, taken down in the backfield, and that's 2 more points in favor of the Bulldogs.
And you have to teach your situations inside the game. Right there, you're packed up in your own end zone. You go north and south, and you get out of the end zone. Right there, just a very bad decision by Gunville, and a good job by this Lincoln Christian defense to take advantage of that opportunity.
When you're in the end zone on the offense, the end zone color should really feel like lobby. You should want to stay on there as little amount of time as possible. You can't cut left and right because what just happened? You're giving the team points.
Yeah, I mean, there's no going to the outside and stretching the play. It's north and south. You go to the A gap, the B gap, and you go forward.
Well, a night that has started with the crowning of a king and queen might just go ahead and crown Lincoln Christian the victory. They've started out hot, but that doesn't necessarily mean Seminole can't come back. Seminoles head coach Mike Snyder going for his 364th career victory as this punt is taken at the 40-yard line. He'll be brought down there. Brought down about 44, 46. Good return off of the punt. And once again, Lincoln Christian will get to start on their side of the, on the Chieftains side of the 50. Two wide receivers to the far side of your screen. Ricky throws right, complete. That time to Connor Johnson, and Johnson moves his way up the sideline until he's brought down around the, they're gonna give him the 42.
Yeah, right there, just too much cushion from that cornerback, and Ricky sees it and knows where he's going with the ball really quickly. A 5-yard hitch, a great job by Connor Johnson to make a move and get up the field and get some more yards for this Lincoln Christian offense.
Give this time up the middle to Casti. Casti just gutting the Chieftains defense.
Yeah, just a great move over there on the outside to, give a dead leg towards the outside and cut it back inside. Look at this move right here. Bam! Breaks the tackle of the outside linebacker and puts his head down and gets some more yards for Lincoln Christian.
And he's a hard runner, not afraid of contact in the least, is he?
Not at all.
5 wide receivers this time for the Bulldogs. They're going to try and hit Casti out of the backfield once again. Pardon me, he wasn't in the backfield, it was 5 wide, but that time the pass from Chase Ricky was just a little too far.
And right there, good job by the cornerback. Before he releases to get to the wide receiver who's checking for the screen pass, he gives a little collision to the outside, messing up the timing of the route, and that's why that ball was incomplete.
Seminole going with 4 down linemen. Head coach Mike Snyder said it's a 4-2 set. Bring in an extra secondary defender, see if they can defend the pass. Give on the right side to Casti. Picks up 5 yards, and this is a key 3rd down for Seminole.
Good tackle by number 14, Angel, from his linebacker position, taking on the blockers and falling off and making the tackle.
Dagan Angel, a senior, 5'8", 180 pounds. Ricky looks left, fires right, corner of the end zone. Touchdown Bulldogs. What a throw that time by Ricky. Connor Johnson on the receiving end. Man, what a beautiful look off and then to find Johnson.
And very much so. Great job by Ricky putting the ball in the right spot to keep it away from the defensive back. And a great job by Johnson. Strong hands. You saw it's man-to-man on the outside. He does a nice little route towards the outside and puts his hands out and doesn't allow the defensive back to swipe it away.
Lincoln Christian up 22-0. Extra point pending. 5:11 still left in the first quarter. Kick is up, and it is good. And the Bulldogs extend their lead to 23-0. As you take another look here on the Bravado Wireless replay.
You see that cornerback has inside leverage, and with the big body of Johnson, he does a good job of shielding the cornerback, and he puts the ball at the right spot, and it's a touchdown for this Lincoln Christian offense.
That's just only his receiver was the one that was going to be able to catch that ball. Speaking of insane passes, did you see Russell Wilson yesterday?
No, tell me what happened.
Rolling out to his left.
Who did he throw to?
Catch probability about 12%, man.
I heard it was 6.
Oh, did you?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, guess who you threw to?
Who?
Tyler Lockett.
Nah, of course.
My fantasy player.
Nah, of course.
Yeah. Points for Dion.
And there's nothing worse than anybody talking about their fantasy team. Jeez.
Don't be hating because I got points and you did it.
22-0. I didn't get any points because I didn't have anybody playing. Lincoln Christian here in this fantasy. They're living one right now. 22-0. As the kick will sail into the end zone. Chafin is going to get worn out in that right corner. Just whether or not he catches the ball or not is going to depend on if Lincoln Christian wants to give him that opportunity. They'll spot it this time at 25. 23-0 in favor of Lincoln Christian. And we want to let you know this game is brought to you by Bravado Wireless. You'll see that right after this break.
Dipping into the ultimate discount on your unlimited wireless plan? Now that's a bolder move. Sign up for the basic unlimited plan today. Bravado Wireless. Experience the power of connection.
Welcome back to the Bravado Wireless Game of the Week. First down, there was a beautiful bootleg that time by Brandon Rodriguez. You'll see here on the replay, and he had a man wide open. It looks like that was Easton Wirtz in the flat, and Wirtz just put a little bit of just needs a little bit of stickum on his hands.
Just a little bit. That thing hit him right in the hands and bounced right off. You can hear it from up here. Unfortunate because it was a good job by Rodriguez getting around the contained pressure from Lincoln Christian's defense, and I thought he was going to run for it. Then I look up the field. He has a wide receiver wide open.
Rodriguez gets the snap. They're going to hand it this time to Gunville. Gunville powers his way ahead. That's what you expected to see out of the 6 foot, 190-pound senior.
I think, and that's all you need right there. Great job. 5 yards on second down, making the very, very manageable third down. Let's see what they draw up here for the Chieftains.
2 wide receivers, the far side of the screen. Hard count that time from Rodriguez. He looks over to the sideline and see if they'll change the play. They're going to call a timeout. 4:46 left to go in the first quarter. 23-0 in favor of the Lincoln Christian Bulldogs. And Dion, timeout called already. 4:43 left in this first quarter. How important is this drive for Seminole?
It's very important. You can see they're already down a big margin, okay? But still, it's a, what do you want to say, 4-score game for them. So they're going to have to start chipping away at this lead very soon if they're going to want to, you know, stay in this contest, especially if you want to make it a game by halftime.
And a key factor for head coach Jerry Rickey of Lincoln Christian was he wanted to start fast. I think that's about as fast as you can start.
Yeah, very much so on both sides of the field.
And when your defense is scoring points, as well as your offense every single time they touch the ball, that's got to make a head coach happy.
I mean, what else could you ask for in football?
They're down 5 to go. Rodriguez gets the snap. They run a reverse. Wirtz is going to be dropped, though. It looked like we could have picked up a block. He may have had the first down. Instead, Wirtz dropped around the 21. They'll bring up 4th down.
And that's a great job by number 3 for Lincoln Christian, the safety, Austin Lavelle coming downhill and making, look at him, read the survey the defense, not getting fooled by the trickeration in the backfield and coming downhill and making a play.
Lavelle keeping his eyes in the backfield and following the ball. Good job that time by the 6'1" senior. Flags down on the field. It's going to be a delay of game against the Chieftains, and that'll back them up another 5.
Delay game on Seminole.
Haven't been too many penalties to start this game.
Yeah, there was one to stop that drive for the Chieftains earlier when the quarterback was out at the wide receiver position and had a false start. But other than that, it's been a clean game.
This time Lincoln Christian sets up the return. Fair caught right around the 40-yard line by Cooper Lancaster. Short field once again for the Bulldogs. I feel like we've played everything on this right side so far, Dion.
Yeah, it's really been going Lincoln Christian's way for most of the game, and it's been definitely on this side of the field. If you got seats over there on the 35-yard line, you've had a great view all night.
The 35's turned into the 50. Chase Rickey moves his running back to the other side. Josh Castee looks like he's in there. Man in motion, fakes at that time. Flag out as Rickey goes deep. Has a man caught and in and out of the hands. Not caught. Intended for Keegan Porter, but there is a flag. And it looks like it's going to be an illegal shift on the Bulldogs.
Yeah, so they're going to decline it and take the down instead, so that makes it 2nd down and 10 for Lincoln Christian.
I guess that gives them one less opportunity to throw the ball in, which the Chieftains really haven't had an answer for all night. Rickey gets the line of scrimmage. Remember, he's got the ability to audible if he would like. Man in motion that time is Colby Katzis. He fakes it to Katzis, looks left, he's got a man in Castee. Castee with blockers at the 30. A flag does come out, but Castee will take it in untouched to the end zone, but we will have to see what this flag is all about. Flag settles around the 28-yard line. This one could be coming back.
Yeah, and it looks like it is, as a couple of the Chieftain players are clapping. It looks like he's going to call a hold. I would like to see who it was holding on, because literally there was only one guy over there to block.
So you had to be on whoever was blocking that one guy. That was a beautifully executed play that time by Lincoln Christian to fake the motion one way, look that way, and then just have the running back Castee in the flat wide open as we get another look. Looks like they're going to call the holding that time on Colton Starr.
And I mean, the refs definitely have a better view than we do, but I didn't really see a hold there.
Regardless, 2nd down and 8. Rickey rolls to his right, throws, complete right around the 22-yard line, and stays in bounds. That time it's Colby Katzis. And Katzis takes it into the end zone, but once again, we've got a yellow flag on the field.
Holding on the Bulldogs.
And the Bulldogs are going to score 8 touchdowns this half and only get credit for half of them.
Yeah, and the coaching staff for Lincoln Christian is not happy about that. They do not agree with the call.
Holding is the call. That backs him up behind the...
Take a look at number 77 here behind the thing. I think that was who they called the holding on.
Jordan Overson, 6'5", 250-pound senior. Everybody on that offensive line is a senior for the Lincoln Christian Bulldogs. 5 wide this time for Rickey. He steps up the pocket, going to take it himself. Tries to make the middle linebacker miss, and he does. Rickey to the 40, to the 35, to the 30. Picks up a block at the 25. There goes Rickey.
Waits, survey the field, make sure there's no flags. Oh, no flags, it's good, touchdown.
Chase Rickey pulls out his inner Ricky Bobby and goes fast, Dion, all the way to the end zone for a touchdown. Lincoln Christian.
You practiced that this morning in the bathroom, didn't you?
I have no idea what you're talking about, Amade.
What a great run by Ricky himself. Not only can he do it with his arms, he can do it with his legs. Great job by the wide receivers as well on the outside, picking up a great block as he saunters down the sideline.
He needed that one block to be set free, and he picked it up. And 3 consecutive touchdowns. Finally, one gets on the board for Lincoln Christian. The extra point is up and good, and the Bulldogs have opened up a 30-0 whipping on the Chieftains.
We literally saw 3 touchdowns in one drive, and I felt like they were on 3 consecutive plays.
They were.
And we finally got the 6 points that we were looking for.
Yeah, outside right here. It's going to be right there. Connor Johnson gets a fantastic block to free Ricky down the sideline. As we take another look on the Bravado Wireless replay, Johnson just picks up his man, and Ricky does the rest with his feet. Puts that one into the end zone, and you know Ricky had a very nice move to juke out the middle linebacker as well.
Very much too. He had a nice little hesitation and gets to the outside. It was a very slow hesitation, but it was effective.
Hey now.
I'm just saying.
Don't hate on him.
I'm just saying.
It works.
I'm observing.
No matter how slow you go, as long as you get into the end zone. I'm pretty sure the tortoise won that race. Just saying. Let's see if they kick it once again to Chafin. They do. Chafin is going to take this one at the 3-yard line. Now he takes it at the 3-yard line. Looking right side, runs it up the middle. He's got a hole. The 20 to the 30. There goes Chafin to the 40. He's going to be brought down, ran out of bounds at the 45-yard line by Keegan Porter. But finally some life, and finally we're on this side of the 50, Dion.
Yeah, it looks like Chafin just made up for his mistake earlier with kneeing the ball on the 2-yard line. A great gap. And I've told y'all this before. When you drop a punt or you drop a kickoff, it allows that line of wave of defenders to come up a little bit more. And once you get past that first wave, it's nothing but daylight. That's exactly what you saw right there. Great field position for the Chieftain offense.
Brandon Rodriguez gives it to Cameron Gunville, and Gunville brought down by a host of Chieftains, or pardon me, a host of Bulldogs. Be no gain, 2nd down and 10. I'll let you know this game brought to you by Bravado Wireless. Bravado Wireless is your home source for all of your wireless needs with unlimited talk, text, and data for as low as $40 a month. Talk to our friends at Bravado Wireless right now. They have the new iPhone 11. Restrictions do apply, though, so see stores for details. Rodriguez makes one man miss. This time he's going to tuck it. Gets out to the 41-yard line. Great job that time by Rodriguez to avoid the rush. Pick up a few and bring up 3rd down and short.
Yeah, that was all Rodriguez right there, doing a good job of eluding the pressure. And he probably could have picked up some more yardage if he didn't lose his footing right there on the 39-yard, excuse me, the 41-yard line.
Third down, they'll call it 5. Definitely 4-down territory for the Chieftains. 3 wide receivers near side of the screen. Rodriguez looks that way. Looking in the flat, throws. Incomplete. That target time intended for Hunter Wirtz. Brother to Easton Wirtz. Couldn't come up with that time. It looked like he had 2 defenders on him, and maybe there was somebody open along the middle of the field there, Dion.
Yeah, it was a good job by the defense right there. You saw cover 4 coverage. Linebacker is supposed to be curl on too, but once he sees the trajectory of the ball going towards the outside, he over sprints to the flats when the cornerback is there as well. Almost an interception by either one of those guys.
4th down and 5. Chieftains looking for any kind of momentum. They hand it up the middle this time to Gunville, and Gunville's going to be brought up short. He has just not been able to get today, Dion.
Yeah, he can't find a running lane right now, and it's very frustrating for him, you can tell. Look at this right here. Linebackers Phil doing a good job. Where you see number 15 for Lincoln Christian. Casty doing a good job of filling the hole.
We've said Casty's name a few times, 2 touchdowns on the day, and why not make a play right up the middle on 4th down?
That's going to be a turnover on downs for Lincoln Christian.
Chase Ricky, once again, looks left, throws left. That time, caught Casty. Casty crosses the 50-yard line, brought down about the 48.
It's a good job by one of the Chieftain defenders taking on the blocker and slipping the block and getting in Casty's way right there. Looks to be number 32 for the Chieftains, the safety himself, Marshall.
Kieron Marshall, senior, 5'10", 160 pounds. Give Casty up the middle. Talk about the running lanes that Gunville doesn't have. Casty is enjoying lanes that you can run a Mack truck.
Yeah, he definitely is, and you can see his strength as he gets through them, dragging tacklers behind him. Right there with the tackle number 84, Jared Stewart, trying to bring him down, jumping on Casty's back.
2nd down 2. Ball with the nose yard line. 5 wide receivers. Ricky looks middle, complete. Connor Johnson all by himself. This just looks too easy right now for the Bulldogs.
Yeah, nice little go route down the middle of the field. And Johnson walks into the end zone for another Lincoln Christian touchdown.
Like you said, a go route. All he had to do was run straight, found a seam right up the middle, punches it in, and it'll be 36-0 in favor of Lincoln Christian.
4 yards on the scoring play.
That was the last play of the first quarter. So 37 points for Lincoln Christian, pending the, I guess we should wait on that 1 second.
Nice way to end it.
37 points. They lead 37-0 here on the Bravado Wireless Game of the Week. As we take one last look at the replay. It's all Bulldogs early. Connor Johnson takes it into the end zone. 37-0 the score. And we'll be right back here on the Bravado Wireless Game of the Week after this commercial break.
Ignoring calls from your in-laws? Yep. That's a bold move. Ignoring other carriers and switching to Bravado?
Again?
Now that's a bolder move.
Hey, Karen. Sorry, I can't talk right now. I'm going through a...
Get $500 off any new phone when you sign up for the Premium Unlimited plan from Bravado.
You're right behind me?
Visit your nearest store today. Bravado Wireless. Experience the power of connection.
Welcome back to Lincoln Christian. As you can see on your screen right now, that's the Class 2A champions from 2009. They brought them back to honor them. 10-year anniversary of a Class 2A championship for Lincoln Christian. Meanwhile, this team, Dion, they look like they could raise the golden football at the end of the year as well right now.
Yeah, it looks like right now, everything running, all cylinders, perfectly fine.
37-0, the score. It's a doozy.
I'll say.
All right, so the score is 37-0 after 1 quarter. If you're head coach Mike Snyder, what do you say to your team, Dion?
Honestly, all you can tell these guys is you have to continue to play hard. Look at the scoreboard. You just take it one series, one play at a time, and continue pressing forward.
Kick is away. This one is going to hit at the 15, kick out of bounds. That'll give good field position. Kicked it to the other side of the field. That time, it was Nolan Decker. The ball rolled out in front of. The Chieftains will take over at the 25-yard line. There was an illegal motion. It may have been offsides. Oh, pardon me. It was a kickoff out of bounds as well. That's on me. So as I said, take over at the 35-yard line. Rodriguez gives it to Gunville, and man, Gunville just can't even get back to the line of scrimmage.
Gunville with the carry.
Gunville takes it, as you see here on the replay, and just 2 Bulldogs in the backfield.
Yeah, and the first one back there, number 48, player not on the roster. So we'll
high school football, baby.
We'll do some investigating and try to find out who that is. But he's the first one back there doing damage.
Rodriguez looks left, is rolling right now. He's got to make one man miss. Does it, 35, goes up to the 40. Steps out of bounds around the 45-yard line. That should be a first down. Good job that time by Rodriguez to extend the play.
And that's the first time we've seen Rodriguez really, get loose with it right here. Look at keeping his eyes downfield, still keeping his eyes downfield as well. Makes a nice move, nice cutback. Needs to tuck the ball away right there. But a good job getting up the field and getting a first down for the Chieftains.
Ball with the nose on the 45-yard line. Rodriguez has a man behind him and gives to Gunville in the pistol formation. Gunville's running east and west there, Dion, and he might get back to the line of scrimmage.
And see, right now, the Chieftains are in a very tough situation where they're just zeroing in on the running game. Look at the replay right here. You see 1, 2, 3, 8 guys inside the box. You see the safety come downhill and doesn't allow Gunville to get to the outside. What they need to start doing is, some quick, easy passes to the outside, something to spread out this defense and, get some width with those linebackers so they have more running lanes so Gunville can take advantage of them. Right now, attack the perimeter, get outside.
And they have 3 wide receivers out here to the far side. Maybe as we're going to get a false start. That time it looks like Savion battles, but maybe spread your receivers out on either side of the formation. Just, as you said, move some guys away from the middle of the field.
You're talking about that old Baylor-style offense where you saw wide receivers over here outside the numbers. And the reason that we're doing that is because in those 4-3 defenses, they were getting those linebackers to spread all the way out in between the numbers and the hash marks. They had all the running possibilities in the world because of that. You need some space for Gunville to attack.
As Gunville takes it at the middle, this time he prods his way for about a gain of 3 yards. We're gonna have a flag on the play after the play. This one comes from the back judge. We'll have to see what happened there. This could be a huge play either way. As you can hear the Seminole band in the background. The band traveled well. There's a few Chieftain fans here as well. Come on, see if they could
Personal foul on the Bulldogs as well as the Chieftains.
cheer on Mike Snyder to his 364th career victory.
Dead ball foul, so it'll be 3rd down.
Dead ball, personal foul on both the Bulldogs and the Chieftains. Those penalties will offset, brings up 2nd down. Now it'll be 3rd down. The line judge on the other side was having a hard time keeping up. Ball spotted on the 41-yard line. Rodriguez drops back, wanted to throw. Now he takes it. He's going to run it himself. Sheds a tackler right around the 45-yard line. Gets out. Right there is where they're going to spot him. Rodriguez
7 yards on the play.
He's having to do it a lot with his feet today, Dion.
And here's the thing right now, Rodriguez is hesitating just a little bit in the passing game. He had a receiver open on that 10-yard dig. He's just got to pull the trigger and throw the football.
Why do you think he is? being a little bit hesitant in the passing game?
Well, first of all, he's got a lot of pressure in his face. And also, he's a young quarterback, so you're going to, expect to see those kind of things, hesitations, and not trusting what he sees.
Rodriguez, just a sophomore, 5'9", 140 pounds. The Chieftains elect to punt. It's fielded at the 20-yard line, and that's where Lincoln Christian will take over, looking to extend their 37-0 lead. 9 minutes, 11 seconds left to go in the second quarter. What have you seen so far from Chase Rickey?
I mean, Ricky's got all the tools right now. I mean, the ability to, run the offense at a very impressive level. He hasn't really had to check anything off that I've seen so far, but, operating to the liking of the quarterback and the coaching staff. And you can see this pass right on the money.
Brought down right around the 30-yard line, and that is number 30, Kyler Bartley. And Ricky just extends the play long enough to let Bartley just come across the field and get open.
First of all, you got to give all the thanks in the world to this offensive line right here as they give him a bunch of time to survey the field. And a great route by number 30 for Lincoln Christian, Kyler Bartley.
Bartley just running across the field. Ricky never took his eyes down. He was looking down the field the entire time, never thought about running that ball, and found a man wide open. Ricky fakes it, throws off of his back foot, and that is going to be complete. Everything going right now for Lincoln Christian. A late flag on the play. That went hauled in by Keegan Porter. And man, I mean, he just threw that one up there for grabs and Porter came down with it.
Right now, you check it out. If you're even, you're leaving. The quarterback Ricky sees is they're both even. He trusts his wide receiver and he throws the ball down the field. But right here, I think you're going to see a personal foul called on the field right now by the referees. It looked like number 17 for Lincoln Christian was doing a little talking there after the end of that play, and this one might be coming back a little bit.
It will go against Lincoln Christian.
26 yards on the pass play. Good for the Bulldogs. First down.
That's something if you're head coach Jerry Rickey, you just can't have. If you want this team to play to a championship caliber level, you just can't have those penalties after the play. Saw from the replay there. It was a great play by Porter to haul it in. You just can't have selfish penalties after the play and taunting that hurt the team. Give this time is to Colby Caddis. Another flag on the play as Caddis bounces outside to the 15-yard line.
Holding on the Bulldogs.
Catsis.
Yeah, they just can't, seem to get around those defensive ends and turn them and getting in front of them on the outside. Those reverses, those jet sweeps across, it's been very difficult for them. Look at number 77 once again, right here on the left of your screen. Excuse me, that's 75. Tries to get around and contain and be a little bookend over there for that reverse.
Jordan Overton, the left tackle, was called that time. They're setting up a screenplay, and they've got a man. Taken at the 35 to the 30 to the 20. Bounces back towards the middle. Now he gets north and south to the 5 to the goal line. He'll be brought down just short of the goal line. Chase Hudson. But there is another flag on the play. This one right around the 33-yard line. Another penalty, and for what was started out as a relatively clean game. And they're going to pick up. They're going to pick up the flag after some discussion, and that's going to give Chase Hudson his first touchdown of the game.
They called him down at the 1, so it's going to be a first down. But
I wanted to give it to him. They spotted him just short. It was a good spot. See Hudson right there, puts his foot in the ground, decides to get north and south, see if he can get into the end zone just a yard short.
And I think if we have instant replay, he might be in, but
no instant replay this time in high school football. And that time it's going to be brought just short. Casti brought down in the backfield.
yeah, taken down by number 84, Jared Stewart. And especially tonight, Jared Stewart has been the only bright spot on this Chieftains defense, doing a good job of getting some holding calls called on him on those jet sweeps and doing a good job of getting into the backfield periodically.
Second down, about 2 yards to go for Lincoln Christian. The handoff once again to Casti.
Casti with the carry, stop short.
They're going to spot him just short.
Brings up third down for the Bulldogs.
And this could be a big momentum gainer for this Chieftains offense, I mean Chieftain team in general, for the fact that if you can stop them on the goal line here, big momentum.
They're going to give it to Casti this time. He hops over the initial pile and into the end zone, basically untouched. And Christian will extend their lead, scoring 43 points in the first half.
I've seen a lot of running backs dive into the end zone. You know, Walter Payton, Tony Dorsett, Chris Johnson, but I've never seen anybody hop into the end zone like Casti.
Yeah, it was a bunny hop almost into the end zone over the initial line of scrimmage, and hey, whatever works.
It looked like he was doing double dutch, and he was jumping into the circle to do a couple of rounds.
Lincoln Christian has jumped out to a gigantic lead here. 44-0. Let's take another look at the double dutch captain himself, Josh Casti.
Nice little, you know.
I don't know, double dutch, or was he running the 100-meter hurdles there?
You know, you need a little extension of the leg. I don't think that back leg would have cleared the hurdle.
That's a good point, but his hurdles were set really low. All he had to do was jump over the offensive line. Regardless, it still counts as 7, and the score's 44-0 in favor of Lincoln Christian. They have a 2 out beside their name. They're earning every bit of that ranking right now.
The band out there celebrate a lot of these touchdowns.
6:32 left to go in the second quarter. This is a fun atmosphere here at Lincoln Christian. What would you, Dion Amade's rankings, where would this place rate? 1 to 10.
It's up there. It's up there. Probably one of the best facilities that we've been to, you know, thus far. Great.
Yeah, they gave us a nice padded chair up here in the press box. So, I mean, that one back would get you 5 bonus points.
Yeah, I have no complaint.
Foot meets leather. This one's going to be taken at the 10-yard line, pardon me. And that's going to be Derek Citizen. Citizen probes his way to the 24. That's where the Chieftains will take over first down and 10. Lincoln Christian last year finished the year 11-2. They lost in the semifinals to Heritage Hall, and head coach Jerry Rickey said, losing in the semifinals to the team that eventually went on to win the state championship last year, it creates hunger. It allows them to go into the offseason really with a fire about them, Dion.
Yeah, they certainly look fired up this evening.
Flag down. It looks like it's going to be a delay of game.
False start on the Chieftains.
False start instead on the Chieftains. He backs it up 5. And coming out of the timeout, these are the little things that you can work on. Yeah, you may not win the game if you're Seminole, but you need to come out and you need to at least execute well.
Right now, it's about preparation and game reps at this point. You got to continue to play well and get up the field and find success within those drives. Do something well. Something that you can look on film tomorrow and say, you know what, the scoreboard might have not looked good in the first half, but we sure did such and such pretty well against this Lincoln Christian team.
Dagan Marshall that time on the carry. Cameron Danville still in the game, just to the left in front of, pardon me, that's not Danville. Danville's out of the game. as Marshall will take this carry, gain about 2 yards, and brings up 3rd down and long. The Seminoles, man, they're not built to score points in a hurry.
Yeah, those tasks are normally assigned to spread offenses that go empty and 3 wide and 4 wide and go downfield and trying to score on every play they touch the ball. Right now, with a team that runs the ball and tries to stay ahead of the chain, it's not in their favor to go down 44 points before half.
The Chieftains are going to let this play clock run all the way down to 1. They call a timeout. 5:02 left to go in the second quarter. And we're going to take this break with them. Our score 44-0 in favor of Lincoln Christian with 5:02 left to go in the second quarter. Welcome back. 44-0 the score at Lincoln Christian on homecoming. Rodriguez drops back for Seminole, and he's going to throw this one about 3 yards short of his receiver, Savion Battles.
Brings up 4th down.
Yeah, great coverage over there on the outside for Lincoln Christian. It looked like number 30, Kyler Bartley, was out there blanketing the wide receiver.
Seminole going to be forced to punt once again. Just haven't been able to do a lot on the offensive side of the ball, or really on the defensive side of the ball either. Punt from Hunter Wentz. Hits at the 40 and will get a favorable bounce. So it's going to trickle all the way down to the 20-yard line before it finds a home there. Nice punt by Wirtz. It really seems like you could pin the Bulldogs inside the 1-yard line and they'd go down and score right now.
Yeah, I mean, the way they're moving and the way they're having success offensively, especially tonight, it seems like this one is going to be hard for them to stop them defensively.
As we said, the Bulldogs lost last year in the semifinals to Heritage Hall 69-34. But they feel motivated as this one is given to Alex Newell. He was in motion and gets bounced outside. Does this look like a team that's focused and ready to take that next step in the Class 3A, Dion?
I mean, you would have to say so, right? I mean, other than, a couple of penalties in this half that, negated some touchdowns and, brought back some positive yardage plays, it's really been a situation where you can only be impressed by these guys.
Give this time up the middles, makes one man miss. That's Alex Newell. Maybe the opportunity here. Put some guys into the first half that maybe haven't played a lot this year for Lincoln Christian. Meanwhile, we talked a lot about Heritage Hall. They're the #1 team in Class 3A. They're playing the #4 team, John Marshall. They have a 7-0 lead. Both of those teams undefeated. Last report, though, was 40 minutes ago. Give this time to Casti. He's brought down behind the line of scrimmage. Great tackle. That time by 2 Seminole defenders, including Jared Stewart. Stewart brings Casti scrimmage. left of second down and long for the Bulldogs. 2 wide receivers in the near side of the field. Man in motion is Colby Katzis. They fake the end around, looking left, finds a man in the flat. That time it was Katzis.
Ricky's pass.
Ricky just seems to be doing everything right behind him.
Yeah, he did a good job. You know, nice little toss right there. Not too hard, not too soft, but enough to get it over the linebacker's head, put it at the right spot for his wide receiver. Take a look at this again. He executes the fake perfectly, and just a nice teardrop pass over there to make it look easy.
Ricky with the pirouette gives it that time to Logan Ferris. Ferris picks up about 1.
That's a nice tackle over there from the linebacker position, number 4, Thunder Lena.
Thunder Lena, 6 foot, 185 pounds. He's the senior. Thunder Lena is the senior on this linebacking staff. But you can see, I don't know if you saw that in the middle of your screen there. Dagan Angel just kicked one of his offensive linemen to get him to move over.
I mean, normally you see a nice little...
As Newell takes it up the middle. Did you see that?
I saw it. Never seen it before, but I definitely saw it.
Man down on the field. Looks like it's Ian Klaus. Klaus is senior, 6 foot, 205 pounds. Both teams will return to their respective benches. 2:25 left to go, and it is all Bulldogs. They lead 44-0 over the Seminole Chieftains. We're going to take this time to let you know that Bravado Wireless is proud to connect you to tonight's game. Bravado Wireless is in the business of keeping you connected to the things that matter most. Call on one of our stores and learn how you can discover the power of connection. Bravado Wireless is your local cell phone carrier, providing unlimited talk, text, and data to communities right here in Eastern Oklahoma as part of America's best network. So hook up with our friends Bravado Wireless. Stay with us all throughout the high school football season here in Eastern Oklahoma, as we will be broadcasting a game of the week each and every week. This time our game of the week was between 2 teams picked at the top of the 3A District 3, and Lincoln Christian looks to be in a class of their own right now. Ricky fakes the handoff. He looks just way too comfortable out there. Connor Johnson, the man, completed, but I mean, Ricky, he's pirouetting. He looks in complete control, and like he's playing 7-on-7 out there, Dion.
Yeah, he does a good job of hiding the football as he executes the play action pass. Nice little 10-yard out by Johnson there. He gets up the field and picks up positive yardage for this Lincoln Christian team.
Ball spotted, 36-yard line. Ricky gives up the middle. I believe that time it was to Newell. Newell's forward progress will spot him at the 28-yard line, second down and 2. Take another look.
Yeah, nice hard running by
Gain of 8 on the play. Second
right up the
for the
middle.
Bulldogs.
Head coach Jerry Ricky here, minute 30 left to go. Second quarter, you got a huge lead. How do you keep your team focused so that they don't develop bad habits?
Well, you always go into halftime and tell these guys, you got to go out here like 0-0 and continue to play our game, you know, be effective.
Give up the middle. That time, it's Logan Ferris. Ferris going to be stopped short of the marker, brings up third down. And you can say that. I mean, Ricky came up and said before, you know, this was a game that they lost last year and the revenge is not an issue. Saying it is one thing. How do you, besides saying it, really get these guys to focus in and believe that they need to really execute? They're up 44-0.
Well, I mean, it is an opportunity for you to get some younger guys into the game, some guys with some less experience to, you know, give them opportunities to gain some experience. So that's one way of, motivating your guys. Put on some players that haven't had a lot of burn and a lot of playing time, so they can, perform. Give them opportunity to perform for you to show that they can play on Friday nights.
You're going to need some depth if you want to make a run into the postseason. You always do. The third down run is going to be brought up just short of the first down, so it brings up fourth down. Lincoln Christian going to come off the field. Clock is expiring. Hits 2 and then hits 1, and it was an explosive first half for the Bulldogs. They pretty much executed their will and their game plan against the Seminole Chieftains. 44-0 to score. As we take you to the Bravado Wireless halftime show, which will be a great show from both of the bands, so make sure to stay tuned for that. We'll have the second half is from Lincoln Christian here after the break. The Bulldogs lead 44-0 over Seminole.
Ignoring calls from your in-laws?
Nope.
That's a bold move. Ignoring other carriers and switching to Bravado?
Again?
Now that's a bolder move.
Hey, Karen. Sorry, I can't talk right now. I'm going through a...
Get $500 off any new phone when you sign up for the Premium Unlimited plan from Bravado.
You're right behind me?
Visit your nearest store today. Bravado Wireless. Experience the power of connection.
Other wireless companies need 4-page brochures to explain plans that are too complicated and cost way too much. We are not like the others. We are Bravado Wireless. We offer 1 line of unlimited talk, text, and 4G LTE data for only $40 per month, with no minimum number of lines and no hidden fees. This is your year to be bold, connect fast at the best price. We live where you live, and we are proud to be a part of your community here in Eastern Oklahoma. We are Bravado Wireless, and we believe in the power of connection.
You are called to be bold, to live out loud, to make the most out of every moment. You share these moments with your friends and family, side by side, across town and across the world. We are Bravado Wireless. We believe in the power of connection, coverage, speed, service, the latest technology. These aren't options. They're not special offers. They are obligations to you. We believe in building a community, your community. Bravado Wireless.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, it is time to sit back and enjoy the 2019 Seminole Chieftain Marching Band under the direction of Steve Johnson and Joel Dykeman. Drum majors Alex DeLoach and Alyssa Powell. Color guard captain Cheyenne Renner. Selections tonight include Welcome to the Jungle, Eye of the Tiger, Cobra, and The Lion Sleeps Tonight.
Yeah, if I can give me 7.
Well, welcome back to Lincoln Christian here in Eastern Tulsa as we get underway. The second half, Lincoln Christian gets the kick away for the first time, and you may think that's a little interesting since they have no points. And speaking of interesting, Lincoln Christian returns this one to the 47-yard line. Great field position for the Bulldogs, and well, it's interesting because the Bulldogs got a safety earlier in the game, so that's why the Seminole Chieftains are kicking off for the second time today. It's the first time they got to kick off from the tee. They had to punt it away last time. Seth Campbell joined alongside former Oklahoma State safety Dion Amade. Dion, what did you see from the Bulldogs that enabled them to get out to a 44-0 lead in the first half?
I mean, what didn't I see from the Bulldogs? They, were pretty fantastic in every facet of the game.
Yeah, as you see another big run there. That time it's by Newell. New quarterback in the game as well as we take a look at the replay. See Newell's nice run. Number 14, Chase Hudson, the junior, 5'10", 180 pounds, will take over play calling duties. And what a night from Chase Rickey. Hudson gives this time to Newell, and Newell marches ahead for a gain of about 2 yards. To see if the Bulldogs keep this one on the field, on the ground, pardon me, and try and run out some more of the clock. Snyder talked about this. Snyder's the head coach of the Seminole Chieftains, and this is one of the toughest districts in Class 3A for sure. And head coach Jerry Rickey wanted the Bulldogs to jump out to 2-0, and although the third quarter just started, it looks like they're going to be able to do that and accomplish that goal.
Yeah, I mean, very much so. They've done a great job their second district game of, just executing. And, if I was a coach for these guys, I'd be very impressed by their performance.
Great tackle that time by Tristan Evans. Evans, a junior, 6'2", 210 pounds. Stops Newell at the line of scrimmage and brings up third down. Chase Hudson, the quarterback for Lincoln Christian now. He's listed as the backup quarterback and also a linebacker.
Saw him get that wide receiver screen earlier today, taking it down to the 1-yard line for the Bulldogs.
The cheerleaders are reminding you as Hudson takes this one to about the 20-yard line. The quarterback keeper that time moves the chains. Lincoln Christian showing they don't need to necessarily do it in the air. They've sustained a drive so far only on the ground.
Yeah, doing a good job right there. You saw that wing back. I believe it was the left tackle, pulling and coming to the other side and, kind of using the numbers to outgame the Chieftains and pick up that first down for Lincoln Christian.
The Seminoles are going to be young in the secondary department, the Chieftains from Seminole are going to be young. Is the pass that time to Grant Castee. Bounces outside. They're young secondary, but this is a good opportunity for those guys to get experience. And, maybe you don't beat Lincoln Christian and win the district, but that doesn't necessarily mean that you can't compete and still find your way into state.
Yeah, I mean, there's no rule in the rule book that says you have to win your district for you to get to state. As long as you get in the playoffs, everybody has an opportunity. That's why they say the record goes 0-0 when that playoffs time starts. It's a brand new season.
Fake this time, looking left. Hudson throws in the flat, complete at the 20, to the 15, to the 10. Eli Shearer.
Pass complete to Eli Shearer.
Brought down right around the 10-yard line. He does go out of bounds. The clock will continue to roll. 7:43 left to go in the third quarter, 44-0.
Gain of 11 yards on the play. Good for the Bulldogs. First down.
This Lincoln Christian team seems to have it all. Mike Schneider, the head coach of the Seminole Chieftains, he gave them ultimate compliment. They're well coached as any team that they've played this year, and they've shown that ability. As Hudson's going to keep it with Ricky under center, whatever formation you bring as a defense, he can just check right out of it. It's a really dynamic offense.
Yeah, I mean, it's a very impressive thing to do at the high school level. I mean, you can see, a blitzer coming to one A gap. You can switch the play to the other. You can see a coverage down. It's a cover two, and you see it ahead of time. You can check out of it, check to a screen pass or something quick that gets your offense, in the best possible predicament. Impressive by the Bulldogs here.
Hudson takes the ball, gives it to his running back, makes a man miss at the 10-yard line, lunges ahead, but it'll be just short. That's Neil Klaus.
Alex Miller with the carry.
Brought up just short.
Picks up 5 yards on the play.
Yeah, what you're talking about being able to check out of stuff and hit the flat. Coach Schneider was talking about last year when Seminole won. They brought pressure because with a younger secondary, they wanted to put pressure on that quarterback. And they were able to just check out of it, hit guys coming out of the backfield in the flats, and they killed them with it, but it didn't necessarily hurt them last year. Lincoln Christian didn't necessarily need to do that this year. As Hudson breaks a few tackles and lunges for the end zone for a touchdown.
That was a strong run by Hudson. You thought he was almost stopped in that backfield right there, but he breaks a couple tackles, finds his way to the outside, and gets into the end zone for the Bulldog touchdown.
Yeah, half a century mark on the board now for Lincoln Christian. 5:30 counting on the clock. Lincoln Christian needs their long snapper in the game. He runs on late. Isaac Ottobo, just a freshman, who weighs in at 210 pounds according to the roster. That would hit the upright. Maybe, then sneaks through. You see Hudson once again, high snap, takes it himself, makes 2 men miss, and then just gets north and south to outbeat that last man and get into the promised land. 51-0, I believe is your score. Clock running, 4:52 left to go. Third quarter.
Right there, you get a good look at Hudson as he's going off to the sideline. A well-deserved little break for him as he runs that offense and manufactures the touchdown for the Bulldogs.
They kept it on the ground every play except for one. Hudson showed command of the offense as well. Probably not as much as Ricky, but you got to train somebody for Ricky when he's gone. I don't think we've mentioned this enough. Ricky's able to check things at the line of scrimmage, and the offense does run through him. But he isn't able to execute that offense nearly as well as he has been if it's not for those 5 senior offensive linemen.
Yeah, it's very impressive to keep a unit like that together, and their experience. They've done some great things tonight. I mean, they've had a couple of holding calls that I'm pretty sure the Lincoln Christian coaching staff did not agree with, but they've done a good job from my knowledge.
Taking a run on the run at the 10 to the 20 to the 30. That time, Nolan Decker. Ball will be spotted on the right hash mark, 30-yard line. Sunset. Nice AstroTurf field here at Lincoln Christian. And the atmosphere has kind of died down, but at the beginning of the game, man, it's a really cool place to watch a football game.
Yeah, it was a great time. I mean, it was homecoming, so with some more people in the stands, but it just a great place. I mean, just walking into the facilities, into the stadium, you could smell the popcorn and the
they had food trucks out, man.
Food trucks were out here. I mean, everything looked pretty good, and it smelled even better.
Dagan Angel runs it left side, right behind the tackle, picks up 1 yard. And they were also talking about homecoming. They were honoring the 2009 Class 2A state champions and 10-year anniversary of that. And, maybe to mark off that occasion of 10 years, Lincoln Christian may want to add another trophy to their trophy case as well this year. They're at least going to try to.
Quite could possibly be. Coach Snyder made a reference to us that in this game of football, and he's
he's as experienced as you can be as Dagan Angel takes this one, running off of defenders up the middle for first down.
Yeah, and he has all the knowledge, being a head coach in Oklahoma for a while, and he knows, he's like, in this program and in this state, you have windows where you can win state championships. I mean, where you have players that can get it done. They're here for 4 years, so you have to take full advantage of it. And he said this Lincoln Christian team, they're in that window right now. They were in it last year, and they're in it this year where they could possibly, contend for a state championship.
Screen pass this time, caught around the 40-yard line. Braxton Street catches it, brought down about as soon as he caught it. But he gets his name in the stat book. Street, a freshman, 5'7", 140 pounds. Getting a little bit of game action. As we mentioned, Mike Snyder, he's got 363 career wins. Coached every single season of his coaching career at Seminole. As the give is up the middle to Angel. He makes a man miss, and Angel to the 40, to the 30. Tries to cut back and will be brought down around the 22-yard line. You can see the speed in the secondary for Lincoln Christian to catch Angel because he looked like he might have had an angle here.
Yeah, and it's a great running job and a great job by that offensive line. Look at them get second level and take on blockers at the linebacker position, and Angel springs loose and all the way down to about the 23-yard line.
Angel had the angle. Say that 5 times fast. Ball spotted, 23-yard line. About 15 seconds left to go in this third quarter. Probably the last play of the game here is Rodriguez, or the third quarter, probably not game. Rodriguez takes the snap. He's going to keep it himself. Running and brought down. Great tackle in the backfield that time by Tyler Johnson, just a freshman linebacker. Comes around from the opposite side and makes the tackle. So you see the instant replay, and a quick third quarter comes to an end, and Lincoln Christian extends their lead by getting on the board. Our score 51-0 in favor of the Bulldogs as we switch ends, and we'll see you back here after the break.
This broadcast is a copyright of Bravado Wireless. This game and broadcast should not be reproduced, rebroadcast, or otherwise distributed without the express written consent of Bravado Wireless and its management.
Welcome. maybe. Welcome back. Seminole trying to get on the scoreboard as they give it to Angel, and Angel makes a few men miss. Guided by the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit all the way to the goal line there. Couldn't quite get it in, though, is Angel.
Check out this replay right here. Again, makes a nice move over there to the outside. It's a little move and stutter step, breaking outside on the defensive end, crashing down upon him. Got some speed. Take it all the way down to the 1 yard line.
Seminole looking to punch it in for the first time this game. Rodriguez gives this time to Angel, and he should get in the end zone. If he cuts back, he does. Angel runs left side into the end zone. And the Chieftains will not be held scoreless tonight. 21-6, or pardon me, 51-6 your score in favor of Lincoln Christian. But nice job that time by the Chieftains to execute the running game.
Yeah, really good job. I mean, pretty much all Angel right there, and he does a good job as he looks to take in the second two-point conversion, and he does.
Takes in the two-point conversion and makes the score 51-8. Take another look at the Bravado Wireless replay. Angel ran left side, and it didn't look like he had his head, pointed towards the end zone. He could have ran it in a lot sooner, 3-4 steps before that. As you see, Angel is slow to get off of the field. But he made it in regardless.
That's all that matters.
Dagan Angel, the first touchdown of this game. Clock continues to roll. And going back to head coach Mike Snyder of the Seminole Chieftains, he did say his team is young. They are 3-1 on the year, and they've got big wins. They went to Hera, a 4A team, beat them 40-8. Lost to Tecumseh 35-21, but that was a 4A team. They did play Wewoka, which is just a 1A team. But then when they went back to district and beat Roland 35-8, so this is a team that can still compete in the 3A3 district. Snyder with 363 career victories in Oklahoma high school football. That is tied for first on the 11-man all-time wins list. He's tied up there with Bruce Hendrickson. As the pooch kick hits at the 36 and will bounce out of bounds about the 34. That means that the ball will be placed on the 35-yard line. We're talking to Snyder before the game, and he said, this is one of the greatest places to coach football in. He's really ingrained over there now at Seminole in the culture of Seminole, as he's been there for 40 years.
Yeah, so much the field is already named after him, so it's very impressive. Only the greats, get their field named after them. Coach K and Coach Trimble. Now as he goes on the season, trying to become the winningest coach in Oklahoma State history.
A big blow to Seminole as well as Lincoln Christian take the first snap. And that time the give is to John Washington. Washington, a freshman, brought down well behind the line of scrimmage. Probably that's Logan Ferris, not John Washington. Ferris, a sophomore. But Snyder really is missing. He's got to do it all. Running back, a little bit of a wide receiver. He's just a freshman, but VK Wasana, 5'10", 160 pounds, tore his ACL. But he was electric in their first game. He tore his ACL in that first game. Before he could be brought out, he was able to score 2 touchdowns to Dion, and that was a freshman that they are going to rely on heavily this year. Just an injury got in the way.
Yeah, that's unfortunate when you get hit by the injury bug. I mean, it's one of the things that comes with the game, and you can, as we mentioned earlier in this contest, that the Seminole team suffering from 11 injuries, 6 of those guys being
Ferris gets
starters.
It on the sideline. Ferris to the 40. He's going to try and cut back against the grain and brought down right around the 31-yard line. They set up the screen pass, which has worked to perfection this game. And Ferris picks up a big gainer for the Bulldogs.
Take a look at the 5'6", 140-pound sophomore showing off the speed. Tried to use a little hesitation, use the cutback, and allows the defense to catch up to him from behind and bring him down, but not before he picks up a big chunk of yards. for the Bulldogs.
Clock running, 6:48 left to go. Fourth quarter. Give up the middle this time to Ferris. Ferris puts his foot in the ground after running east and west for a little bit. He'll pick up, they'll give him 2.
Ferris with the carry, picks up 2 on the play.
It's never fun to be a wide receiver in garbage time because they never actually throw the ball. So while you may get in the game, you never actually got the ball thrown to you.
Hey, man, as a safety, y'all stand out there and do nothing. And I will stand back here and do nothing, and we'll have an agreement that we'll both be out here doing nothing.
Deon Amade, former safety for Oklahoma State. The flag is on the play as Hudson takes this one inside the 5-yard line.
Flag on the play.
This one's going to be coming back. Got a holding against the Bulldogs. Backs this one up. We'll let you know that Bravado Wireless is proud to connect you to tonight's game. Bravado Wireless is the business of keeping you connected to the things that matter most. Call on one of our stores and learn how you can discover the power of connection. Hey, Deon, did you hear about the new iPhone 11 Pro that got released earlier last month, I believe?
I certainly did. Who did it?
Yeah. Well, make sure you call on your local Bravado store and see how you can not only get a $500 off of this sweet iPhone, but also a free year of Apple TV Plus, pardon me, which is perfect for streaming on Bravado's unlimited data plans. Restrictions do apply. See store for details. But our good friends at Bravado giving you all of the deals. Make sure you go by your local store. This snap is high to Hudson. Hudson's going to try and make something of himself. He does get back to the original line of scrimmage and just passed. New iPhone comes out, Apple TV Plus. Apple TV Plus is coming out with a new show. I've seen the promos on Twitter. It's about a morning show. I can't remember what it's called. I think it's called the morning show.
I think it's called. I've seen that too. It looks good though.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie. I'm excited to check it out.
You can do all of that through Apple TV Plus. You can get it for free. It's good stuff. Everybody's got a streaming service now. Why not get an extra one for free? Add it to your Netflix, your Hulu's, and Disney's got one now. Toss that time is to Luke Talley. So are you a fan of something that Lincoln Christian has done pretty often today is just the toss pass or guy in motion?
Those jet sweeps is what they're traditionally called. You get the slot receiver, get him in motion, and the play hits like that. And what it allows you to do is with the receiver running already full speed and then receiving the ball, he has a little step on that DN right there, that outside linebacker, to kind of get the edge before he can align himself over there. Normally, if you run that play with great timing, it's a great thing. But some defenses got a plan against that.
Hudson's pass was incomplete.
Hudson's pass. Ball incomplete. Looked like they had a man open in the flat. But it falls just incomplete, brings up a turnover on downs. So the Seminole Chieftains will have 3 minutes on a running clock to see if they can get this ball down the field once more. Make the score a little more respectable, 51-8. Man, this running clock. Look at you in and out of here in a hurry now. See on the bottom of your Metro Christian team here in Tulsa as well. They're up 30-0. We went there earlier. That's a good 2A team with nice facilities.
Yeah, I was impressed with their quarterback play as well over there.
The give, that time running left side, is the running back, Jason Moyer. Next week, the Bravado Wireless team will be on the road. We are going to be at Seminole. Ida Bell is visiting the Chieftains. So we'll get to see the Seminole team once again. Maybe they can have a little bit better showing and rebound after a tough loss today to the Bulldogs.
Yeah, and
so taken by Moyer, and Moyer's into the open field, trying to find anywhere he can go. Will finally be brought down just past the 45.
Might also give us an opportunity to check out head coach Mike Snyder's 364th win.
Hey, we're going to try and be there. We're going to try and be there for some high school football history here in the state of Oklahoma. One short win away. You say short, and hey, those wins, you don't get 363 of them. They don't come easy.
Not at all.
Lincoln Christian, are they a team to be on the lookout for come into November?
Oh, most definitely.
So you watch them play as the clock is winding down, less than a minute to go. What are some of the holes maybe in this Lincoln Christian offensive and defensive side of the ball? What have you seen that maybe some teams can take advantage of come later on in the year?
Well, I mean, defensively, it seemed like they were, you know, a little. Let's just say the man-to-man, it seemed like they weren't as advanced as some of the other teams in the state. So if you get in a situation where you can run the ball well and they have to load the box, then you might be able to attack them on the outside there. Offensively, I mean, at the time when we got an opportunity to watch them, that running game wasn't, you know, as shored up as we wanted to see. It was more of a passing situation where they were excelling at, so hopefully they get that corrected as well.
They don't have to snap it again. The the game clock at 4, and they won't. Clock hits 0, and that's it here from Lincoln Christian.
Bulldogs 51, Chieftains 8.
That'll be it. The Bulldogs beat the Chieftains 51-8. Great game here, and as we were talking about, just wrapping it up with Lincoln Christian. Dion, Chase Rickey, 6'1", 180-pound senior. He is the leader of this offense, and what did you see from him today?
Man, he had all the tools and then some in his tool belt tonight. I mean, just the ability and the intelligence of the game. I mean, Coach Mike Snyder, the Seminole head coach, we talked to him, and he said this is a coach's kid. This is a guy that has extreme knowledge of not only their offense, but the game as a whole. And you saw that on full display tonight. The fact that he could, you know, run the ball when it needed to be run. He could pull it and you know, look for a second option in the reads. He did it all for this Bulldogs offense. And when you need a guy you could count on, Ricky was the man.
And we would be remiss if we didn't mention the running back as well, as you see him pound one into the end zone there. Josh Castee, what an amazing performance today. And what do you see from the bowling ball type running back there for Lincoln Christian?
Yeah, Cassie did a great job just running downhill and running through tacklers. It was impressive to watch him play. Great hands outside of the backfield as well with those screen passes and the things that he was able to do. You got to give kudos to this offensive line, though. As far as things go, they kept the quarterback clean. They opened big holes for Castee, and they did an excellent job throughout the night.
Meanwhile, on the other side, going to have to wait another week for head coach Mike Snyder to see if he can get that very elusive 364th career win. 100 years of football is what they're celebrating at Seminole, and 40 of them have been under that man, Mike Snyder.
Yeah, and that's an impressive guy to be around. And we talked to him before the game, and it was just a pleasure to, you know, share some knowledge and talk about football with the legend himself. And we're going to be looking forward to seeing him next week and him trying to get that 364th win.
What do you want to see next week out of Seminole as we move and they're playing Ida Bell, a team maybe that they can handle a little bit better?
They have to be able to run the football. It looks like this offense, especially with a young quarterback in Rodriguez, they're going to need some help in the running game so this offense can move forward and stay ahead of the chains. That's going to be essential for them, especially next week.
Well, we'll have to see it. As we said, the Bravado Wireless Game of the Week will be on the road. We will be at Seminole. Ida Bell is going to be there at Seminole. But, hey, Dion, take a look right now. It's only 9 o'clock.
Only 9?
Yeah, there is no need for your Football Friday to end just yet. we got another game going on, the Bravado Wireless Game of the Week. You saw this one, but if you head on over to our Bravado Facebook page, you can check out another game of the week as Wilburton and Valiant are playing right now. That game's still going on. We have a stream up for you, and it's not over just yet. The football weekend is just starting as we welcome you up to the booth. So make sure that you tune in to Wilburton and Valiant. It'll be a good game. They're finishing up. But, man, we saw a dynamic Lincoln Christian team here today, and really a team that, besides Heritage Hall, looks to be favorites in the Class 3A.
Yeah, I'm telling you right now, 3A better watch out because Lincoln Christian is here to make some noise. They made a lot of it tonight. Impressed about what I saw from them offensively. Defensively, not much of a challenge here, but we'll see how they go and you have success throughout the rest of the season.
Lincoln Christian stays undefeated. They moved to 5-0 on the year, 2-0 in conference. Meanwhile, Seminole will fall to 3-2, 1-1 in Class 3A3. Head coach Jerry Rickey, he said, hey, we just want to move to 2-0 in conference. They did that today, and the Bulldogs win 51-8. Well, for Seth Campbell, for Dion Amade, I'm Seth Campbell, and for our entire Bravado Wireless crew, we want to thank you so much for tuning in, and make sure to join us next week. As we said, we will be in Seminole to see if head coach Mike Snyder can get his career 364th career victory. Well, thank you so much for joining us, and we'll see you back here next week.
Ignoring calls from your in-laws?
Nope.
That's a bold move. Ignoring other carriers and switching to Bravado?
Again?
Now that's a bolder move.
Hey, Karen. Sorry, I can't talk right now. I'm going through a...
Get $500 off any new phone when you sign up for the Premium Unlimited plan from Bravado.
You're right behind me?
Visit your nearest store today. Bravado Wireless. Experience the power of connection.